All right, everybody, we're joined now by head coach Curt Cignetti from James Madison. Coach, would you give us an opening statement on spring practice, how it's gone?
Yeah. Practice 10 in the books this morning, and really like the way we've competed all spring long. That's something we've always done really well here, is competed offense, defense with a lot of energy and a lot of enthusiasm, emotion. That has not changed, practice in, practice out. You know, our guys really like getting after it. I think we're making progress, and I think in the last 4 or 5 practices, starting to see some significant progress on the offensive side of the ball, which started a little bit slow. You know, we've got some guys out that have not practiced this spring, one of them being our center. So there have been times we've had our 3rd and 4th center out there snapping the ball. We had some snap issues probably the first 4 practices, which was frustrating. But we've cleaned those up. And, you know, this is, in my mind, you know, this is the time now when the new guys and the new transfers really start to make a step, because they understand the offense, the defensive terminology a lot better. They're getting the repetition, and you really start to see them come on. And the standards and expectations of your program, how you practice, how you do things, how they assimilate to everybody else. And, you know, we've had such an outstanding culture here for a long time that we've had really good success, you know, with the transfers coming in, fitting in, and being productive. So got a scrimmage on Saturday. We did not tackle in the first scrimmage. We thudded. It's the first time I've ever done that in the fall. We did do that our last scrimmage against Middle Tennessee last fall. Probably do that again Saturday. We'll tackle in the spring game. Just trying to keep guys healthy. So, you know, but it seems like no matter what you try to do, it's hard to keep them healthy. I mean, I haven't had a practice last 2 hours yet, but, you know, we still seem to lose a couple a day to soft tissue, but nothing significant. So there'll be a lot of guys. This team will look a lot different in the fall than it does right now, because we probably have 20% of our starters not out there, postseason surgery guys or little nicks here or there. And a lot of guys back on defense and a lot of guys back on offense. And of course, the quarterback competition, we got to rebuild our receiving corps a little bit too.
All right, for our media on the call, please raise your hand and I'll call on you to ask your question. We'll start off with Noah.
Coach, obviously you mentioned the quarterback battle, but also you lose a lot of production at wide receiver this year. Ravenel and Thornton are gone. What's impressed you most about some of the transfer wide receivers this offseason, and who's a returner that you feel like is really starting to step into a leadership role in that room?
Yeah, well, Reggie Brown's the returner, who is a dynamic player, explosive, and has really developed in his time here, and feel great about him. Felt great about him last year too. And, you know, 2 of the guys, the young guys we really wanted to see pulled hamstrings day 4 and haven't been back out there. That would be Surratt and Mines. So Dollison has shown big play capability, has to become more consistent and will. And Troy Lewis has stepped up and improved quite a bit, and, you know, has put himself in position where he could be a factor. You know, there's certain things Sproles does well. And, you know, we signed 5 freshmen that'll come in here and see what they can do, and maybe still look around in the portal for one. We'll see. But that is definitely the core that needs rebuilt.
Let's go over to David.
Heard every couple of years the idea percolates among some of your peers to allow the spring game to be perhaps against another school. Or maybe even have preseason exhibition scrimmages against other programs. Do you find either idea appealing?
I'm really surprised by what I hear from the coaches. Now, maybe they're playing to their audience and their fan base, that they are in support of this, because everybody that sits in my chair, I mean, you want to develop players, you want to create your mindset in spring ball, but you want to keep your guys healthy for the fall. You know, so no, I wouldn't want to play another team in a game and for a spring game or in a scrimmage because they don't count. You know, there's no scoreboard in the spring. And so I'm a little bit shocked by the support that has out there. To be quite honest with you, and no, I would not be in favor of that.
Not even in the preseason?
Nope, no way.
Yeah, because of the soft tissue injuries you mentioned earlier.
or serious injuries.
Yeah.
You get guys hurt in games and season-ending type things. At least you can kind of manage and control the tempo of thud in practice, with your guys. Now, I know the NFL does it, but the NFL goes at a little different pace than the college guys do. And they're a little different kind of athlete, too. They stay on their feet better. They got better balance. And, they know when to turn it on and turn it off. Whereas our guys, man, when you flip the switch, they're going.
Let's go over to Jackson.
Hey, Coach. You mentioned a little bit in your opening statement about how you guys have done really well sort of integrating transfers into your system. I was just kind of curious, because this year with bringing in Jordan McLeod, it's a very similar situation to Todd Centeio last season. Has the experience you had last spring of sort of implementing a graduate quarterback kind of helped you guys when implementing McLeod into the system this year?
I don't know about that. I mean, they're two completely different people with two different skill sets. It's more about the individual. I think as a staff, we know how to develop them, and we know how patient we need to be for them to get their feet on the ground. So I looked at Jordan as a guy that had played quite a bit of football in the past. That was something that I really liked about Toddy too. And Jordan's done a nice job of learning the offense, and he sees the field well, and he's had some good days and good plays. But there's a competition there, and I really do like the way Barnett has come on, really all spring long, but in particular last 3-4 practices. And
then sort of just looking ahead to like next week with the spring game, is there anything in particular that you think that fans should expect to see from the team?
Well, we just want to go out there and, play hard and execute. The defensive coaches want their guys to be in the right gap and cut down on missed assignments and communicate well offensively. Same thing, communication, block the right guys, finish plays, winning habits. We'll try to get the fans off their seat with a couple big explosive plays, but I don't know, our defense is pretty good. They've been tough this spring.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Coach Cignetti. We appreciate your time today.
Thank you.